What's up everyone? I'm super excited to be making this video because I'm going hunting for a lifer. I'm trying to find a short-eared owl. At this location, there's been 2 short-eared owls spotted throughout the week. Close to sunset, they start hunting, so I'm really hoping I can come across them. Maybe I'll see some burrowing owls as well, but regardless, I'm gonna have a super good time out here birding, and I hope it's a great video, so let's go. Fairly quickly, I started coming across a number of birds that I usually see in these wetlands areas. We got a bunch of American avocet. And then I saw my spark bird, the American kestrel, which was pretty cool, seeing it perched up on a bush like this. I was checking every single group of ducks to see if I could find my blue-winged teal that I still need for my challenge, but mostly just mallards. And I saw this really interesting bird that was all black with white wingtips. I had no idea what it was, so I asked a few other people to help me ID it, and their best guess was a rock pigeon with a funny coloration. Kind of disappointing, but still interesting. And for a late summer day, I was doing pretty good, picking up a couple of different species to add to my checklist. I then came across some killdeer too, to keep this checklist growing even more. There was actually a ton of killdeer moving all around the area, feeding, going through the water. I missed a couple of sandpipers and some other waders and shorebirds. Then I came across my first bird of prey and I eagerly got my camera on, hoping it was the owl, but this was in fact a northern harrier hunting the grasslands. Still super cool to watch it fly around and hover in place, trying to find some prey. Well, we picked up a few species, some waders, some ducks. I might have gotten a lifer sandpiper. I don't know what type that was. It could just be a spotted sandpiper, which I've seen before. I'm gonna have to look back at my pictures and footage. I just saw my first bird of prey. I thought it was the owl for a second, but upon further inspection, it was a northern harrier. Still super cool to see that bird, but the hunt for the owl continues. Sometimes looking out into these wetlands can be difficult because there's so many different species. You can see the avocet in the back. There's some black-net stilts littered among this as well. There's swallows whipping in and around, flying around the area. Not exactly sure what type. They're hard to see as they move around so quickly. And we might have caught a few sandpipers too, who knows. There was just so many birds. And then across the way, I spotted a lone figure on top of this mound of dirt. I got over to the other side of the water as fast as I could and was rewarded with a group of burrowing owls. This was so cool. I'd never seen this many in one single area. There's at least 7, maybe 8 in this group here. It's hard to count them when they're all huddled together. Still so amazing. This is insane. I'm looking at 7 burrowing owls straight ahead of me, all together. I've only seen 2 at a time before. This is just unreal. Well, I took a few photos and videos. None of them are amazing. I didn't want to get closer to them. I didn't want to disturb their burrow, so I left them and given them some space. Now they're still out there. I can see them a little bit, but moved back a little farther away just to respect their nesting area. That's one owl we wanted to see down. Let's hope we can come across the short-eared owl next. Sun still has a little bit of ways to go before it starts setting even more, and then hopefully they come out. With that hawk and loggerhead shrike, we had a pretty respectable checklist for the day. Now throw in one more snowy egret, and we were in a pretty good spot, but we were lacking the one target species we were really hoping for. The sun was starting to set, casting a beautiful glow over the mountains and giving us a gorgeous view of the sky, but no short-eared owl yet. So across the way I saw a bird getting mobbed and it looked a lot like an owl. I wasn't sure if it was the short-eared owl though because it was too far away. I rushed over here and I missed it. I don't know where it went. I might have been this close. I think now that the sun's starting to go down, the strategy is just to keep moving around, drive along as many of these dirt roads as I can, just to see if I can come across it. It's like Cormorant Island. It was now at this point basically dusk. I looked over and I thought I finally found my owl, but I believe this was in fact the same red-tailed hawk that I had seen earlier in the day, flapping its wings and soaring away from me into the sky. I wasn't sure if I was going to see my short-eared owl at this point. I was losing light pretty quickly. But then, as the hawk was flying over the marshy area, out from the brush on the left side of the screen, a medium-sized figure came out of nowhere and flew right at the hawk, maybe defending its territory. Now I don't know about you, but the black marks on its wrists and the tips of its wings, the way it was defending its area against this red-tailed hawk and its size in comparison, I think this was my short-eared owl. I'm not completely sure, so I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments, but I've decided to count this one on my life list. This would be the best shots I'd get of it that day, unfortunately, but I'm still happy I saw this bird. I just had one of the coolest experiences with the burrowing owls. I'm gonna put that footage up just in a second, but this burrowing owl flew right behind me. They're all out of the burrow now. And it flew, paused in the air, stared right at me, and then kept flying away to land on its perch over there. Check it out. As I would get no more glimpses of a short-eared owl, I spent so much time watching these burrowing owls hover in place and dart around throughout the sky with each other. All of the burrowing owls are pretty active right now. They're flying around and they pause in place and hover, they'll go and land. I'm assuming they're hunting, but I haven't seen this before, so this was such a treat. Even if I didn't end up getting the short-eared owl, hopefully I did, but if I didn't, this was so cool. I got to see 7 burrowing owls, watch them hunt. It was a beautiful day with a great sunset too, so hard to beat that. Thank you as always for watching my videos, and I will see you in the next one.